Okay, this is real sports betting. And if you like these videos, do me a favor, push that like button, push that subscribe button, push that follow button. And if you want these videos when I first drop them, push that notification button. Okay, this is part 6 on my journey on becoming a successful sports wager or sports bettor. Okay, so this is part 6, and in part 6, I'm going to talk about some of my beginning woes when I was a sucker bettor, and then I'll talk about some of the ways I had to change in order to be successful. So this is going to be more about handicapping and really understand the money lines and the point spread. Okay, so when I first started betting on sports, the sucker that I was, I always just went with the favorite team, and oftentimes I disregarded the money line, especially like in baseball or in hockey. Okay, because generally speaking, most people bet the money line, and I'll give you an example. For example, New York versus the Baltimore Orioles. Say the Yanks will be favored by say 200. Okay, so in order to win, say $100, that meant you had to bet $200, and this is one of the ways that the sports books or the bookies they get the suckers, because of course the Yankees are better than the Orioles, but that money line is a money line you shouldn't touch. Okay, and this is when you have to take your emotions out and just treat this like a business. But when you're starting off, okay, the Yanks, it's a high probability that they're going to beat the Orioles. Okay, so you take that 200. So you take $100. Okay, you take $200 to win 100, and this is how you blow up your books. Because what happens? Okay, you win that game. Okay, and in the beginning, you don't have a routine, you're not disciplined, and you don't have a strategy. And so you play that game, you win that game. And then what will happen is you'll play a lot of those games, and all it takes is to go on a losing streak with these high price money lines, these 200s, these 250s, these 275s. And for that one win that you had, it doesn't take, you can have 6 wins in a row. It doesn't take but 2 losses or 3 losses to bring you back neutral again. So you have to stay away from these high money lines. Either avoid them completely or just be more creative. For example, in baseball, instead of betting the Yanks to win outright with the 200s, I had to learn, okay, I'm just going to do the run line. So the Yanks just have to beat them by 1.5 or 2 points. Okay, if I lost, okay, that's fine. I only lost, instead of being negative 200, okay, it was just negative 110. This is how you grow your sports book. Either avoid that game completely and find you something else either that day or another day, right? Because we want to fight to win another day. Or be creative as far as your bet selection, right? Hockey is the same thing. Instead of betting that high money line, go with the puck line. Okay, the team just has to beat them by 2 points. Okay, so this is some of the ways that you have to look at handicapping your wins. Now, me personally, I don't do any props. I do occasionally, I do parlays, props. I don't touch those for the simple reason you have to rely on one person to score, say, 30 points in a game. I don't like that. I'm looking for high percentage in my favor. If I don't see a high percentage in my favor for the win, then I just don't bet. I don't need it, okay? You work too hard to build your bankroll, whether through wins or putting your hard money in the beginning in this business called sports betting. Don't give your money away for free just for the need to have a bet. You don't need a bet, and you don't have to bet every day. What whatever your style of betting is, if something or anything does not fit that, don't bet. Don't bet. It's just that simple. Okay. So, handicapping, you should have your rules, and you should have a set of rules, right? So the first thing you should be looking at injuries, right? Second thing you should possibly be looking at is head up between these two teams and how do they match up and what type of history they have. Okay, if it's baseball, it's the pitching. If it's football, what team has the better offense, what team has the better defense. This is really not that complicated. Once you find your edge, your style, you stick with that edge, you stick with that style. And if something doesn't meet that criteria, you just don't make that bet, okay? But never ever bet on high money lines. Me personally, I don't touch anything over 140. If it's 140 or under on the money line, I look at that. Anything that's above 140, I don't even look at it unless I'm going to go with the run line or the puck line. Okay, and you should be the same way. Okay, have some patience. That's the most important thing. And then be disciplined in your approach, and then continue with your routine. This is not a sprint. I can't really emphasize this. This is a journey. This is a marathon, and you have to keep your emotions in check. If you like these videos that I'm making on this topic, again, push that like button, push that subscribe button, that follow button, and the notifications. I give out 2 free picks a week, and if you like those picks, go with the picks. If you want more of my picks, go to the Patreon. Okay, this is not that complicated, and you don't need a lot of picks. Again, less is always better in sports wagering. Only bet 1 game per day on your individual.